Gaston County police officer is facing charges related to a domestic violence incident. Officers arrested Rebecca Gomez this morning. She was off duty at the time of her arrest, and the exact details of what happened are still unknown, but Gomez is facing charges for domestic violence and assault by strangulation. Officials say that she has been with the department since 2021. A judge issued a $75,000 secure bond. Gomez is still in custody.
Good morning, and welcome to the Bad Apple Report. It's 7:30 a.m., bright and early right here at home off the range. Thank you guys so much for being with me today. We have a big Bad Apple Report, but right now we are in the studio, and I'm going to give you a little sneak peek about what we do here. All right, here it is. Okay, he looks familiar. They all look alike. They all do the same stupid things. Somebody help me out here. And on Mouse, Brooke, Cameron, Lenny, somebody that's here every day, let me know. Have I already done a story on this guy? Okay. I closed down all my tabs. South Bend police officer arrested. Sound familiar? Come on, guys. I don't think I have. I'm not repeating myself. Maybe I'm just working too much these days. Maybe it's my shirt. Did I wear this shirt yesterday? Maybe that's it. Surely I'm not that scatterbrained. Okay. South Bend, Indiana. A South Bend police officer has been arrested for an early morning incident which occurred off duty on Sunday. See how familiar? South Bend police were called to a possible domestic involving an officer. After an investigation, 35-year-old David Finn was arrested by the South Bend Police Department. Finn. Oh, Finn. Finn was preliminarily charged with misdemeanor domestic battery and is currently being held at the St. Joseph County Jail. Police say he's been relieved of all his duties pending further investigations. Okay. Finn was sworn in as a South Bend police officer in July 2022. He had been on restrictive duty for an investigation surrounding a separate off-duty incident. Oh, Finn, you knucklehead. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Look at this idiot. He really looks like an idiot, doesn't he? Okay, maybe we haven't done a story on this guy. Maybe I am wearing the same shirt. Anyways, on with the show.
About a Northeast Arkansas physician who had his license suspended. The suspension of Dr. David Diffenay stemmed from a complaint sent into the state medical board in July related to alleged inappropriate sexual contact in one of his medical offices. We sent in a Freedom of Information Act request to the Arkansas State Medical Board to get access to Diffenay's file. According to the investigators' report, Diffenay denied all of the claims listed in the complaint. Macy Davis joins us now, breaking down what we learned.
The board received the complaint on July 17th. It included multiple video files, and we do want to warn you the video is graphic. We have censored it due to the explicit content. Anyone who might be sensitive to this content may want to change the channel. According to board documents, this video was taken in 2019 Diffenay Family Practice in Blytheville. In it, Dr. David Diffenay can be seen walking around naked, including in the hallway between patient rooms. Another video clip sent in shows him in the receptionist area walking around 3 women and performing a sex act directly in front of one of the women. The clip ends with him ejaculating on her. According to the documents we received, not only did the woman work in Diffenay's office as a lab tech for another company, she was one of his patients. According to the person who sent the board the videos, this all happened during business hours. They also claimed Diffenay used his, quote, position of power, sexual grooming, salary increases to groom employees and patients into repulsive acts. At least one person agrees. Dr. Bradley Diner with the Arkansas Medical Foundation wrote, quote, the pervasive behavior leads to concerns about a sexual compulsive disorder of paraphilia, which may in fact cross boundaries with his delivery of medical care. An investigator with the Arkansas Department of Health interviewed Dr. Diffenay in September. According to the report from that interview, Dr. Diffenay was informed there were video clips of his actions. Dr. Diffenay said, quote, I don't know anything about that at all. I'd have to see those things to have any idea what you're talking about, end quote. K8 News attempted to call Diffenay at his various offices for a comment. We also called his personal phone number and left a voicemail. We received no response, so we went to his home to see if he would answer our questions.
I'm gonna ring one more time.
We noticed a vehicle near his home at the time. No one came to the door. I also reached out to his cell phone through text after we stopped by, but we did not get a response back. This isn't the first time Diffenay has been investigated by the medical board. Earlier this year, someone complained about what Diffenay calls his naturist activities. In the January complaint, the board was informed that Diffenay was posting nude photos of himself on his social media accounts. The complainant included screenshots from Diffenay's Instagram account, Naked Dr. Dave. In his response to the board, Diffenay said he is a naturist, and his accounts were well known to the naturist community. He cited the practice as promoting acceptance and body positivity, adding, quote, we do not shame, sexualize, fear, or negatively stigmatize the naked body. He added that there was, quote, no crossover whatsoever with my professionalism while practicing medicine and my naturist activities, end quote. During its June meeting, the board chose not to take any action and decided to save the documentation as information only and add it to his file for future reference. Diffenay has also been investigated in the past for allegations surrounding illegally distributing pain medications. His Arkansas medical license was temporarily suspended in 2017 while the board investigated those claims of overprescribing. The board sent Diffenay a letter saying they found no evidence of a violation of the Arkansas Medical Practices Act and closed the investigation. In Missouri in 2011, Diffenay entered into a deferred prosecution agreement after he was investigated by the medical board and criminally charged for allegedly illegally distributing pain medications. Criminal charges were dropped and Diffenay agreed not to practice medicine in Missouri for 3 years. In 2013, the Missouri State Board of Registration for the Healing Arts closed the matter before the medical board and took no action. On October 14th, the Arkansas State Medical Board suspended Diffenay's license related to the videos submitted in July. His hearing is set for December 6th. We will be there to provide further updates. In studio, Macy Davis, K8 News.
Veterans Affairs officer hit man with baton 45 times as he screamed in pain, the feds say. Okay. An officer with Veterans Affairs Police Department used excessive force when he beat an unarmed arrestee with his baton for 41 seconds as the man was pinned down by another officer, federal prosecutors said. In that span of time, Juan Anthony Carrillo delivered 45 blows to the man's body with his department-issued steel baton on the campus of the West Los Angeles Veterans Affairs Medical Center in January of 2022. We all remember that, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. Okay. Carrillo began hitting the man, identified by prosecutors as RV, immediately after he arrived to help his fellow officer arrest him. Prosecutors wrote in a sentence memorandum that Carrillo's strikes were relentless, averaging more than 1 strike per second. He was going for it. The beating caused multiple injuries, including cuts on the man's legs, a broken bone in his foot, according to the prosecutors. U.S. Judge Wesley L. Sue sentenced Carrillo to 1 year in prison on November 15th. And on one count of deprivation of rights under the color of law, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. So he's in jail. He's sentenced. Carrillo, 46, of Alhambra in Los Angeles County, pleaded guilty to the charge on July 26th. According to the prosecutors, his defense attorney, James blah, 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 didn't immediately respond. Okay, big deal. Carrillo responded to another officer's call for backup there at the VA hospital on January 16th. Before the call, the other officer found the man holding a glass pipe outside the Virginia hospital, tried to arrest him for suspected drug paraphernalia. Okay, that's how it all started. The man began to defensively resist. Then that officer physically took him to the ground, according to the prosecutors. Prosecutors noted the defensive physical resistance, which may involve an arrestee pushing or pulling an officer or whatever, is not the same as active physical aggression. Okay, when an arrestee might try to hit an officer. Okay, well, anyways, when Carrillo arrived, the other officer was on top of the man, who was cowering on the ground with his body curled, the sentencing memorandum says. Carrillo raced out of the patrol car, started attacking the man with his baton, according to the prosecutors. Other officers arrived by the time Carrillo had hit him 39 times, the sentencing memorandum says. Wait a second. Other officers arrived by the time Carrillo had hit him 39 times. I thought he hit him. Well, okay, that means those other officers were there in 30 seconds because this dude was going for it. Okay, this might be a far different case if Carrillo had ceased his strikes after the first 10, first 15, possibly even the first 20 strikes, prosecutors said. Okay, but to continue beating another human who was curled on the floor, pinned under the weight of another 250-pound officer, no less, even as RV screamed in pain, even as backup officers arrived, and even as RV laid perfectly still, is chilling behavior. Yeah, it's chilling about those other officers standing around doing nothing. All right. The officer who pinned the man down weighed 85 pounds more than him, while Carrillo weighed 60 pounds more. Okay. Either way, the baton was striking the man. In the court filing, Tedford had asked the court to sentence Carrillo, a decorated Marine Corps veteran, to time served and a year of supervised release. Okay, Carrillo was a military police officer for 3 years and served as a presidential support specialist for 3 years. According to Tedford, who, big deal. He's a knucklehead, a brute. Okay, Tedford wrote that there's a lifetime of collateral consequences. Oh, goodness. Carrillo must face, I'm sure this guy's got a lot of excuses for all his collateral blah, blah, blah. Okay, Carrillo's tried to gain compliance with the man, but unfortunately acted recklessly and failed. We know what happened. According to prosecutors, after the beating, Carrillo's expanded baton could no longer collapse despite his attempts to retract it. He bent it. Okay, officers owe a special duty. We don't care about all that stuff. All right, that's it. Carrillo, you're a knucklehead. You've been sentenced off to jail 1 year. That's it. Sit in that cell and think about it, buddy. I think we're going to call it a show, folks. Thank you so much for letting me deviate a little bit from the norm today. And it's fun to get to produce music. It's fun to get to play music. It's fun to get to work with these people for years and years. That fiddle player, I bet I've recorded 1,000 songs with that guy. And the bald guy at the board, twice as many songs. That sounds like an exaggeration, but it's what we do. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being here. I'm going to leave you with one more song. And this session was this young lady's very first recording session, and she just wrote these songs a few weeks ago. She's a very successful young 24-year-old girl, young woman, professional. And she's kind enough to let me use these songs on the show. Someday, if they make it big, we'll have to delete this episode. All right? But for now, thank you again so much for being here. You're awesome. I'm going to leave you with a song. I'm going to get a little rest, and then I'm going to be right back at it for another show tomorrow morning at 7:30 a.m., bright and early.
Oh, let me back up and crank up the talk back. Count them off Wichita.